They buried this knowledge in metal, a simple container, a piece of copper and water. No filters, no chemicals, no machines. Yet this method has been quietly purifying water for thousands of years. So why is it almost never talked about today? Because clean water is survival. Most people think clear water is safe, no smell, no color, no visible dirt. But the real danger is invisible. Bacteria, microorganisms, pathogens, things you cannot see but can destroy your body from the inside. In survival situations, this becomes critical. Drink contaminated water, and your body starts failing. Energy drops, dehydration begins, judgment collapses. And in the wild, that can be fatal. Modern advice sounds simple. Boil the water, use filters, add tablets. But what if you don't have any of that? No fire, no gear, no backup plan. This is where ancient knowledge returns. A method so simple, it feels almost too easy. Copper, not as a tool, but as a container. Because long before modern science, people relied on it. Ancient civilizations stored water in copper vessels, not for decoration, but for survival. Cultures across South Asia, Egypt, and Europe used it daily. They noticed something strange. Water stored in copper stayed fresher longer, less spoilage, fewer illnesses. They didn't know the science, but they trusted the result. So the practice continued for generations, a system passed down without explanation. But over time, it faded, replaced by plastic, steel, and chemical solutions. Not because it stopped working, but because it was forgotten. Without explanation, it looked like superstition, just metal touching water. But in reality, something powerful was happening, something invisible, something scientific. The secret lies in the oligodynamic effect, a natural process where metals kill microorganisms. Copper is one of the most powerful. When water sits in copper, ions are slowly released. Invisible, odorless, but highly active. These ions attack bacteria at a cellular level. They break cell walls, disrupt functions, and destroy them. It's not instant, but over time, it becomes effective. Studies show bacteria levels drop significantly after hours. No filters, no boiling, no chemicals, just time and contact. This is why ancient people trusted it. They saw results even without science. But there is a correct way to use it, because copper is not magic. It is a system. Water must sit for several hours, often overnight. Short exposure does almost nothing. Time is the real mechanism. The container also matters. Pure copper works best. Coated metals reduce effectiveness. Cleanliness is critical. A dirty container ruins the process. Now understand the limits. Copper does not remove dirt, sand, or mud. It does not filter visible particles. It does not remove chemicals or heavy metals. So this is not a complete purification system. But in survival, it reduces risk significantly. It turns unsafe water into something more usable, and it requires almost nothing. No fuel, no moving parts, no tools. Just knowledge and patience. So why is this method rarely taught today? Part of the answer is speed. Modern methods are faster. Boiling works quickly. Filters act instantly. Copper takes time, and time feels slow. But there is another reason. Modern systems depend on products, filters, tablets, gear, things you must buy, replace, upgrade. Copper doesn't fit that model. It doesn't expire, it doesn't depend on supply chains. And because of that, it gets ignored, even though it works, even though history proved it. In survival, independence is everything, because tools can fail and supplies run out, but knowledge stays. This is not about replacing modern methods. It's about having a backup when everything else is gone. Because sometimes, you only have water and metal. And used correctly, that metal becomes protection, killing what you cannot see, reducing what you cannot control, and giving you the one thing survival depends on: safer water.